What's up, YouTube? Just tapping in. Listen guys, in the stock market, you guys got to remember, man, that there's no pain, there's no gain. Okay, I just left the Manny Pacquiao fight last night, man, and possibly the end of a career for a legend, Hall of Fame boxer. But one of the takeaways was that you win some and you lose some. And again, got all the love in the world for Manny Pacquiao, but watching him last night was so reminiscent of the stock market. And what I mean is that if you in the game long enough, if you do this long enough, or if you're trying to trade and you're not just investing for long-term purposes, guys, you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some. The one thing about the stock market is that nothing comes easy. And so on top of the fact that nothing comes easy, even if you get an easy win every blue moon, there's a strong likelihood that you will lose at some point just to wipe away that win. If anybody has experienced that on their journey, let me know, okay? Because again, if you do it long enough, if like Manny Pacquiao, boxing is so synonymous with life and the stock market. If you do it long enough, unless you're very fortunate or get lucky, you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some. But the lessons that you learn from the losses far outweigh what happens in success. Okay, so listen guys, no pain, no gain. I need you guys, if you're gonna be investing in the stock market, whether you're buying stocks, whether you are investing, whether you're doing options, you have to understand that you guys gonna go through ups and downs. You're gonna have pullbacks, you're gonna have corrections, you're gonna have crashes. Like the boxing game, if you stay in it long enough, you'll be in it long enough to experience it all. Use it all to your advantage though, okay? And so I just wanted to jump on here, man, to kind of make the correlation. If you are going to, whether it's buy stocks or options, one thing that I never see anybody talk about is protecting yourself to the downside. Guys, you have to know, and if you're fooling yourself if you don't believe this, but you have to know that you're gonna take some losses on the journey. You guys have to know that there's a chance and a possibility that even if you're confident in a play that it can go up, it can just as very well go down, okay? And so with that, you want to understand that you got to protect yourself to the downside. So you might buy a stock at $9.50 and you might set your stop loss at $9.40 to the downside, just to make sure that in your option play that you're minimizing your risk as much as possible. Okay, yep, we all project that it can go higher. We all want it to go higher. And if we do our due diligence, more times than not, we're going to get it to go higher. However, you have to know the risk on the other side, okay? Nothing, not myself, nobody in the game will be perfect all the time, okay? And because we won't be perfect all the time, you guys have to understand that to the downside, there's real possibility that you are going to be faced with it. So be prepared to protect yourself on that side as well. You got to know how to cut losses. So for instance, if you jump into a play, an option play, a stock, no matter what it is, you also have to have an exit plan. I'm getting out of this if this goes down 10 cents. Or if you don't use cents, you may say if this goes down 10%, 15%, 20%. But you guys got to set your risk level to the downside just as much as you know how much you want to make if a stock go up. You also got to do that for the downside, okay? Guys, understand that it's a game of chess. Understand that there's many factors at play, market makers at play. There's so much stuff that you guys are maybe learning now that you didn't know existed in the game. But regardless of any of that, you want to make sure that you protect yourself on both ends. Don't be greedy, as I often say. on the front end. If you're winning and you're up 50% in a play, especially an option play, lock those profits in. Live to play another day. But on the downside, if something happens that was outside of the realm of what you was projecting was going to happen, make sure that you have a game plan for, you know what, man, if my play falls this much, let me get out with a minimum loss and maybe jump back in once I see where it settles. Don't just blindly just do something for the sake of doing it and then you lose a bunch of money, okay? Guys, we're not in this to lose money, but you have to understand that that's going to come with the game. Our job is to minimize the losses so that they're not massive, okay? But you guys got to make sure that you are protecting yourself to the downside, and you have to know that if there's no pain, there's no gain. Sometimes, guys, I'll go down in a play just to make a full comeback and recovery so that I can make more than what I would make. Unrealized loss. So I'm not really ever down for real. It's just on paper, okay? But that's when you have a firm understanding on what you're doing, okay? Remember the importance of not panic selling, because then you locking in a loss. If you have a strategic exit plan, you don't have to panic sell because you already know, oh, boom, I bought this at $9.50. If this goes, hopefully it go to $10. But if it go to $9.40, I'm out and I'm jumping back in, maybe at a lower price, and I'll ride it back up. So listen, guys, no pain, no gain. This is just a message for especially my option traders, my day traders, my traders in general, guys. You guys got to have that part of the game as well, just because, guys, on the journey, it's going to happen to each and every one of us. So I wanted to make sure I got this message out. This message should have hit you guys yesterday, but again, it's crazy busy here, and but nevertheless, I just want to make sure before I hit you guys with the video later on tonight that I make sure you talk about the loss side. I never hear anybody talk about that. Guys, we're never going to always win, but we're going to win more times than we lose. I can guarantee that, okay? However, you guys got to play both sides of the game, and I'll talk more about it. Matter of fact, when I get by a computer, when I get by my phone and everything, I'll show you guys examples on what I do, but what you can do for yourself as well. Guys, we got another major week coming up. I'm expecting us to dominate. Make sure that you guys join me this week for the weekly option plays. I'm going to give a little more guidance this week for the family on the weekly options, because if the market, just in case they do another week like last week, Friday might be in a bull trap, okay? So just in case Monday the market crashes again, I want to make sure that you guys know what to do, how to play it. If I gave you a call and a put, don't do them both at the same time. They're for you to do it based on what the market is doing. And I want to make sure that I help you guys a little bit more for those that need it, especially. Many of you are crushing it, but I still got to look out for everybody else, though, okay? So we want everybody to eat around here. So I'm going to be giving a little more guidance for the family, especially if you guys not realizing and responding to how the market is reacting quick enough. Don't do a call if the whole market is going down. That's when you do a put, okay? Then you need to see when the market shifts and turns back the other way. But I got you guys, don't worry. I just want to put this out, guys. Remember, no pain, no gain. It comes with the territory, but you got to embrace it all, okay? It just makes you better in the end. Gotta go, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.